I mean, we're maybe a mile and a half from the border of tops, not even. About a mile and a half, and we have all this open area that we have to have covered. So speed is crucial. It has to be miserable. I mean, it's I've been on teams where we hike this, and it's miserable for us. And then they have to deal more with weather, more wild animals, more, I mean, anything you can think of, they have to deal with. Right now it's what, 30 some degrees. It gets down to the teens down in the canyons. And then in the summer, you're talking, ridiculous heat.
One teens, 110, 12.
Right.
It's hot.
Well, what was it, last Wednesday it was 14, and then in summertime you get to 114, so it's pretty rough conditions, and they have to up and down, and they try to be very tactical in their means of entry, so trying to avoid our cameras, our detection systems. So they go through the roughest spots, the roughest areas, the most dangerous areas, cliffs, steep canyons, I mean, you name it. So it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, and as we get our enforcement better in town, we push them out to these areas, and it gets pretty bad for them. So that's why one of the reasons we try to expedite to get to them. We run the same dangers as migrants do, because the terrain is bad. The weather can be a factor.
We get a lot of prior convicted criminals that entered illegally, committed a crime in the United States, went to prison, did their jail sentence, and then they got deported, and then they're trying to make another entry. They already have criminal records here. So once they get apprehended in the field, transported to the station, that's where they process them and they figure that stuff out. So oftentimes, yes, they do have already criminal records here. So that's why we need to be careful when we first encounter them, because we don't know who they are. If they already have a criminal record here, they know that once they get to the station, it's going to come up. So they'll do whatever they need to try to escape. Oftentimes, include fight us, whatever. So we have to be very careful when we first encounter the group, and throughout the encounter, you have to be careful. But also checking for their condition, and as I said earlier, and then any medical issues that might arise. Officer safety is the first thing.
Pretty much.
To make sure they're not a threat to us. Once we establish they're not a threat to us, obviously their condition, we got to see if they need medical aid. We don't know how long they were in the brush. We don't know how long they went without water, food. We got to make sure they don't have any medical issues. Got to be taken care of.
After that, we run their biographical information, name, DLB, see if they're in our systems, and any type of our systems. And once again, identify, is this individual a threat? It's not. I mean, we'll go through all the numbers just to make sure we identify as best we can any potential threats, any people that have, outstanding warrants, any people that have committed serious crimes, and just identify those individuals. Once they're cleared of that, I mean, next thing is obviously immigration issues. All right, are you coming into the country? Obviously, if you're going through this terrain, it's most likely you're not allowed to be in here. You're illegally entering the country. So at the end of the day, we're human. Also, we're human. We have families. We're fathers. We're husbands. And yeah, I mean, it does get to you at times where the situation is not the best, but we have a job to do. We have to protect our country and do what we need to do, and we have to identify who's coming into our country, into our backyards, because for the same reason we have our families to protect.
Nowhere to hide, no matter the crime. Justice reigns till the end of time.